I called the police because she had locked me out of my house. I said, oh Lord, oh Lord. She had locked me out of my house. So I called the police because it was deadbolted from the inside. So when I got in there, the police came out with guns, y'all. That's first. I said, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody drawing a gun on, going in. They were just drawing, come out, yelling. She downstairs in her room under a whole lot of cover. So when they brought her upstairs, this guy was so tall, he touched his hand. If he reached his hand up, his hand would touch the ceiling without any effort. She had a belt on. I took that belt off and I wore her behind out. You gonna lock me out of my house and then you think you're not gonna get no whooping because the police is here? And when I got through with her, I said, you can take her now, or you can take me. Which one you want to do? And he said, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. He said that we had more parents that would deal with their kids. We would have to be out here fighting their kids. She thought she was real slick. She gonna get slick mouth. I just popped it with my hand. Cause my mama used to pop. My mama was quick. Her hand was faster than the bullet. She could be talking. If we butt in and we standing there, we gotta hit. You don't talk in grown folks' business. Kids now they in grown folks' business all the time. Well, that's not what you said. Oh no, it was like this. Remember, Mama, this is how you did it. Remember, this is what it was. In grown folks' business. A mother have to be a teacher. She have to teach her children. Daddy, you ain't off the hook. I'll get you next month. But your dad mamas have to teach their children. Teach them how to be individuals ready for the world. Because I'm going to tell you something about this. The world don't love your kids. They don't care nothing about your children. You the one that love them. You the one that care about them. You the one that suffocate them with this, that, and the other because they want and they ask for it. And you try your best to give it to them. You try your best to give it to them so they act right. You try your best to talk to them. As you talking to them, they cussing, walking out the room, and you still sitting there. Come on, somebody. I wish It's time out. We got what we are raising is those that are our future. So if they're doing this to us now, what you think they're gonna do when we get old? We got to get a grip on this. Watching TV the other day, 16-year-old running because he done stole a car and hit somebody. 16. Y'all ain't hear me. 16. That's too young to be doing something that he don't have no business doing. Pastor Tony said there's some younger than that, and he right about it. Parents, where you at? While we on the cellular phone strolling, trying to see who doing what on whatever it is. And trying to be like them, and they want to be like them and all of this. Get your face out of that. You got a job to do. You got to raise somebody. You got to raise him up, raise her up to be the best of who she or he can be in this world. Because this world don't love your children. Don't care nothing about them. Nothing about them. A mother is selfless. She's loving. She sacrifices. I know my mama sacrificed for us. In order for her to work 3 jobs, she sacrificed for us. To make sure that we had a roof over our head. We had more chicken than chicken. And any way you could cook a chicken, it was cooked. Because that's what my mama had to give us, was that. We had more rice than rice. She fixed it so many different ways, like it was still rice, but we didn't know it. Because she was making sure that we at least had something in our bellies. And she made sure that we was clean too. Our clothes was clean. And we knew how to clean up behind ourselves. Some of these kids get up from the table in their room, they filthy, they nasty, everywhere. Where they get up from, they leave it there. Come move your plate. Oh, you right there. Can't you move it? I like, ooh. All on. We got to stop it because we are teaching them nothing. And when they learn nothing, And when they come and become in this world and be nothing, that's our fault. That's our fault. Because we want to be their friend. I love my mother dearly. Still love her. Shed a tear for her this morning. Still love her. She was my best friend because she taught me the things that I know. And she taught me of the things that I can't do. And to this day, some of the things that she told me, I can't do them. I won't do them because Mama said we can do them then. I'm not going to change because now I'm grown, going to do them. No. Because it's instilled, whatever you put in them is going to be instilled in them so that they will do whatever they want to do. Yes, somewhere along the line, they may change from doing all kind of stuff to be doing right. But it's going to take somebody to speak into their life. We need to be speaking into our children. We need to be speaking goodness and greatness in them rather than what you want, how much it costs. Well, we got to wait till I get my next check. They want that much, get a job. They got jobs for children. And then when they get a job, teach them how to go to the bank and save. Because there's going to come a time you may not have it and they may not have it, but they got an account where they can go in and dip in a little bit. Teach them to save instead of always, they got to spend all their money. And then by the time they spend it all, they looking at you because they don't have none. And you looking at them because you don't have none either. We got to teach our children how to become people in society that are profitable. And what I mean by that, not just financially, but good to themselves. The good that come up out of them. And that's what the mother does. She got to bring the good up out of her son, her daughter, out of herself. And when God prepare us, those that don't have children, we got to be able to prepare ourselves so when our baby comes, we all good for them. Him, her, twins, triplets, or whatever. There's this woman that's on television, the duplets or the duelets or whatever it is. They got about 13, 12, 14 children. Twins, triplets, one single. Just one single out of all them kids. She got a twin, couple of twins, couple of triplets, one of a quadruple, and then some more twins. Black couple. Whole bunch of kids. Whole bunch of them. And they all names start with a D. And I said, oh my Lord. Wow. All of them. But the thing is, they're teaching those kids responsibility. We got to teach our children how to be responsible. Even for their shoes, put them shoes up. Your shoes don't belong over there. You know you got a room, put them in there. Go into their room and they tell you, don't come in my room. Your room? Hold up. Your room? The room that I paid rent or note on? Your room? My daughter told me that one time. Mama, can't you knock on the door when you come in? I said, oh, wait a minute. The hair on the back of my neck went up. I said, knock. I understand that you're growing up and you got to have a little privacy, but you're not going to lock no door that I pay for. So I told my son, take it off the hinges. Take it down to the basement. And she said, why are you doing that? I said, because you don't tell me to knock on the door that's in my house. I'll knock when you get a house. I know she needed privacy, but it was the house she said it, like attitude, because she laying there in the bed, and I already told her, get up and clean up your room. And it's as if you disobeyed me. I'm like, you can't disobey me. You can't do that. See, we allow our children to disobey us too much, and we make excuses for them. Time out making excuses, because as you make an excuse, guess what? They take that as a yes, that they can do what they do. Be the parent. Be the responsible parent. You're already selfless. You're trying your best to do the best that you can. So if you're going to try your best to do the best that you can for them, and you're making sacrifices that's things that you need for, and you give it to them because you want to make sure that they cover. It's time for us to be the parent that we're supposed to be. Our children are out here running wild. 16-year-old with a car, stole a car and running. Kia boys. Everybody know Kia boys. I don't know them, but I know the name when somebody say, oh, them, the ones that know, yeah, that one. Parents, stop defending wrong. Some of us defend the wrong because, well, they didn't have no daddy, or I just couldn't be watching them all the time. We know all of us can't watch no kid all the time because we have things that we have to do. We have a job that we may have to go to take care and provide for them. But if you instill in them when they down here, you're going to be all right. My godson has a 2-year-old. This is the toughest 2-year-old I've ever seen in my life. His mother puts him in and she speaks to him. We got to talk to our children. Do we talk to them or we get it, or we give them a, what's them iPads? iPads is not you to talk to your children. His mother constantly talks to him. So she got him, she showed me a video of him up to the sink because she's teaching him how to wash the dish that he eat out of. So he take his little hand and he rolls it around his little bowl because he want to wash the dishes. And he puts his toys away. And he can't make up his bed, but he know how to pull the cover on it. She's teaching him at 2. He goes to a daycare rather, that speaks Spanish. He's learning the dual language. And I want to learn a dual language. We all need to be dual because we live in a world that is dual. Have you ever been around some other nationalities and they speak in the language and you trying to figure out what they're talking about? And you standing right there and they start laughing. You wonder, they're laughing about me. And you've been someplace where some of these places where we get our nails done and they start and wonder what they said because everybody started laughing. I guess it's just me then. Because I'm the only one that's been there and I'm the only one that's seen this. We need to come up some, y'all. I'm not just talking to the mothers, I'm talking to men, women, boys, and girls, everybody. Everybody. Because we need to be in a place where because we are, look here, we are very smart, we are very intelligent, but we're not using it because we're too busy trying to make somebody else happy, and we around here suffering, and our kids want this and want that, and if we don't, they mad, and they don't want to be bothered. Can you imagine that? They done got so grown now, they don't want to be bothered with you. And they get to tell you off and hang up the phone and won't call you back because now they mad. They upset. I don't care about being upset. I don't care because I can upset you. And that's the way it should, because what happens here is we're teaching them how to lose respect for us. We're teaching them that. So when they don't have no respect for us, they don't have no respect for nobody out in the world. Because now they out there cussing and trying to tell everybody else what to do and how to do, when to do it, and that to do, whatever it is to do. Because we're teaching them how to disrespect us. The first person they need to respect is mom and daddy. That's who they need to learn how to respect, and they need to teach them how to respect you. The Bible says, children, obey your parents, so this is right in the Lord, but this is the first commandment with promise. So if it's the first commandment with promise, that means if it's with promise and the children got to obey, that means somebody had to teach them. And somebody need to teach them. We need to understand that sometimes mama have to work, and we have to equip our children for this world as a mother. We have to equip them how to be a lady. I've seen some of these young girls where they get everything hanging out. And I know I may be old-fashioned, but my mama didn't allow her daughter to hang everything out. She taught us how to be ladies. She taught us how to grow up and be young women. She said, because my mama used to say, if they see it all, they're going to want it all, and then you don't have nothing left for the one that's supposed to come and be the husband to you. If it hang out, you know something else hanging out. That's what my mama said. You know, be careful. We don't leave nothing to the imagination because everything is seen. Everything is seen. The only thing ain't seen some of the time is probably a nipple on a woman, but she got that covered too. She probably bend down. Oops, I didn't know. Lying wonder. All the black of her behind showing. It be black too, Lord Jesus. And we got some dirty men and some dirty women now. They both looking at it. Which one of us gonna get it? They're both looking. Let me tap that. Tap what? What you tapping? But it's all being out there. We got to teach our young girls how to know that they are important. They're not out here just to give away. They important. We got to teach them that they have, what is their worth? We got to teach them that they are worth something. They are worthy. They're not out here for Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Mary and Lucy. That they are worth something because they are important, and that we need to teach them how to keep themselves because life is too short. There's too many diseases running around here some of us don't know nothing about. And don't have no cures. Yeah, they got a cure for AIDS, but now they can cover it up. And I'm like, cover it up? Messing with somebody that got AIDS and they can keep it covered up. Go to the doctor, get the shot for however long it is, or get the pill, and I don't have to tell you. But then you end up with AIDS and you wonder, how did I get it? On the cover up. We got to teach them that they ain't got to give themselves away because you're too important for that. Well, if you love me, you'll give it to me. Well, if you love me, you wouldn't ask me because you feel that I'm better than that. Well, that's all right. I go somewhere else and get it. Go get it. Just go. Because all they're going to be is a notch on somebody's belt. And then everybody, all the boys going to know. Because they sure going to tell. It's time for us to train our children. It's time for us to be the mother that God has planted us on this earth to be. To be the prince, the princess as we are. To be the woman of honor. To be the woman of wisdom. We're supposed to teach our children wisdom. We got to teach them how to know the difference between a lie and the truth. We have to teach them discernment. We have to teach them how to walk among men and women with your head up rather than your head down. I don't know. It's time for us to be the mothers that we're supposed to be. You want to go out? Go ahead on. Because your child's going to grow up and you're going to grow old. And you may need that very child, and the child gonna tell you, I ain't got time for you. I'm going out like you used to do. I'm gonna hang out to the next day. We not know where you are. Me and my sisters and brothers. We got to know, and not only that, parents should need to know where your child is at all times. We're living in a crucial time. People snatching up kids. They're snatching up adults. And they're snatching your kid, and then you wonder where they are. Do you know their friends? Do you know their friends' cellular number? Do you know their friends' mama or daddy? You need to get back to that point. Because we're living in a time where kids that they can see you, they too busy being with their friends or being with their associates to be like them. It's time for us to understand that we need to be the mothers that we are. We are knowledgeable. Teach our children knowledge. Give them the knowledge of your ancestors. Give them the knowledge of who they are. Tell them, you smart, baby. Well, mama, I just don't know how to do it. Oh, we're going to work it out because you're going to know. Rather than tell them, I don't know, we can go in there and look it up on Google. You need to be in there looking it up on Google with them so that you know. To help, try to help them. We're living in trying times, y'all. Teach our children. Teach our children. I can't say that enough. Teach our children, because if we don't teach them the right way, the world got it. The world waiting on them, mama. The world waiting on them, daddy, because you absent. Well, I ain't going to pay no child support. How you expect that baby to eat? How you expect that child to be clothed? How you expect it when you turn your back on your own flesh and blood? Because you're mad at their mammy. You're mad at her, but you still got a child to take care of. Take care of your responsibility. There's so many men that have walked away, and there's some women who have walked away too because they didn't like the child, because they didn't like the daddy. You should have known that before you did all of that. You should have known. You should have seen the flags, the red flags that was flying around. Because there's always a flag. There's always something trying to tell you what it is and what it isn't. Be the mother that God has placed you on this planet to be. Be the best mother that you can be before your child. Because I'm going to tell you something. The very thing you do, they're going to try to do it too. We are the role models, mother. We set a standard for our children. We set a standard for them. And if we don't set the standard, the world will. We got to set a standard for our sons and our daughters. We got to show, and fathers, when you're with your wife and you got a child there, especially your daughter, you got to love on that woman. You got to love on her like never before, because you said that you would cherish her when you said I do and you did. And the reason being because you're teaching her while she's watching you who to look for that's going to treat me like my daddy did, my mama. And mama, you have to treat the husband the way that he was treating you when y'all before y'all got married. You know he was giggling. You know he was doing everything for you. And he got to continue it. Don't stop because you got a piece of paper and it say I do on it because you did. It continues because after the marriage, that's the love story that begins. You take that dress off, baby. It's beginning time to work. It's time. Based on you take that whatever it off, take that suit off that you had on, work time. You got to continue doing what you did to get her. There used to be a song, it's cheaper to keep her. What was it, Pastor Tony? Johnny Taylor, he said. My brother-in-law used to sing that all the time. He said, I'm going to keep her because it is cheaper to keep her because she'll take everything I got. But it's time for us to understand that we are responsible. You got to show them the spiritual walk as well. I don't want to go to church. When can somebody, I could never tell my mother that. Nor my grandmother, because we got some grandmothers that's out here that's hanging out with the kids too. I seen an old woman with some purple hair and she barely could make it. It's all right there. I mean, like, come on, baby, come on. Want to hang with some young kids. But the thing of the matter is, if we're not doing what God has planned us here to do, to train them and to teach them, to love him and to honor him, and yet love and honor you, who do you think that's going to trick them in the world? Baby, you know I love you. I'll do anything in the world for you. You got too many these people that tell these young girls that are sex trafficking. Wisconsin is known as the sex trafficker of the United States. Number one. And I'm like, how is that possible? Just like when them two girls was at the gas station and the woman came up to him and told him that she could help him make some money and then took him across the line. And then when they got through with him, brought him back, now both of their behinds in jail, the woman and the man. We got to teach our children to say no. And give them now if you got to give them a whistle or whatever you got to give them to make them go away from them. We got too many black sisters and brothers missing, children that are missing. Too many of them. Too many sons missing, too many girls missing. You ever been in Walmart and you see the board up there? Missing. Whole board of children. They got some adults too, but a whole board of them been missing since 2023, 2022. Have you seen them? We got to be so deep in our children's lives, mother, that they can let them know that they can always come to you. Some of these kids can't come to their parents because they ain't gonna listen. They don't listen to me. They don't care about me. But it's time for us to be the parents that God had placed us here. When God gave us the ability to have children, He did a wonderful thing. He did a wonderful thing to put a life inside of another human being. That to me is just so awesome. So awesome. The mothers have a hard job. I know it's a hard job. I didn't raise my children and somebody else's children. And I got one of my own that think he bigger than me, but I let him, I'm 10 feet taller than you, bro, man. Don't play me. He tries to play me. He tries to do stuff, but I'm like, no. God is in the midst. Don't play with me. Teach them about God. Sit down and read the word with them. Oh, they ain't gonna like that. And we got so many excuses, but then when something happened to them, we crying. And we wondering why. Sit down and talk the word with them. Sit down and discuss some things. Ask them what's on their mind. Because guess what? They got a mind. And when they tell you nothing, they lying. Only dead people can't tell you nothing. They got something to say. They just don't want to tell you. But see, if you know your child as the one that you had or the one that you're taking care of and the one that you've been in their life, you know when something is wrong with them. You can tell. You know when something is bothering them. And you know by their attitude, you know by the way they look, you know how quiet they are, you know how snappy they can get. You know something is wrong. And that's your time to go, baby, what? Just to start off with a conversation. And when you start off with a conversation, then you can go into something bothering you. But then you let them know, but I'm going to always be here for you if you want to talk about it. You don't have to press it because now it's going to go in their mind because they're going to see if they can trust you because they're going to try you to see if they can be trusted. If you can be trusted. Some parents can't be trusted. You know why? Because they go back and tell everything that the kids say. You can't do that. You got to hold that because they trusted you enough to come to you rather than somebody else. That's real trust because they're trying to get to somebody that can understand them and help them. You gotta hold that trust because mother, you holding something precious to your heart that maybe if I say this or say that, you just a lot of times all you gotta do is just listen. You already know what's going on. My friend, one of my friends and one of their friends is themselves when they come to you. But you gotta have the wisdom to understand. That's why God said God gives her wisdom. While they talking, you trying to figure it out and pull it together. And God, Lord, help me. And let God know I need your help. I need this help solve this with them. Be a parent. It's good to laugh and smile with them. It's good to have a good time with them. It's good to know that you have raised somebody that has skills and abilities and knowledge rather than somebody that's stupid and crazy and trying. When I say trying, always trying to try somebody. I'm going to say this and then I'm through. I have a son everybody knows. All you have to say his name. Been in prison. Thought if he do something, his daddy would come back and be with him because he loved his father. His father came in, but then he said, I don't have time for this. And I ain't going to do this and I ain't going to do it. I'm like, I'm fine. Do you? I got this. I was mother and father. Still mother and father. But there comes a time, even with that, you're not going to disrespect this. When I say this, I'm talking about myself. He loves me, and I love him too. But there's still a line that you don't allow your children to cross, and there's a line that I would not allow mine to cross. Period. That's it. That's all. Because when we start allowing children to cross lines, you can't come back across that line. Because now it's been crossed and they think they can do and say whatever they want to say. Not so. Mamas be mamas. Be the mother that God has elected you to be. See, God elects us. Oh, Lord. Mm. He elects us. Fathers, he elect you too. So if you want to diddle daddly and bring to earth another human being, you're responsible. But we'll get into that next month, Daddy. Yeah, we'll get into that next month. But nevertheless, I need for us to stand up and be the mothers that God have allowed us to be. Stand up and be great among your child. Stand up and be 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall, whatever it is, with your child, so that they'll have that utmost respect for you and know that they cannot cross lines. Because when we start allowing them to cross lines, it's hard for them to come back across that line because they're testing to see if they can get away with it. And if they can get away with it, they didn't did it. Because you have allowed them to. With that being said, I want to say once again, Happy Mother's Day to every mother that's even taking care of somebody else's child, grandmother, Happy Mother's Day, auntie, Happy Mother's Day, sister, Happy Mother's Day, men that have the role of taking care of their children, Happy Mama Day to you too. Is it something that when you're a man taking care of a daughter, there are certain things that you're like, I don't know how I'm going to talk about that. I got to find me somebody. Have a conversation with her. But your daughter will respect you because you love her enough to make sure that the truth get to her. Rather than somebody, her girlfriend, who don't know nothing either, try to tell her what to do and how to do what to do. You do it like this, ain't nothing gonna happen. Talk to your daughter's daddy. Let them know what a man is looking for. Let them know what to look for in a man when he come at her. Crossways. Girl, I love you. You look good to me. You know I can do this for you and I can do that. Tell her keep walking. I'll learn to do for myself. Because she has the capability to be doing for herself. To let somebody know she ain't got to depend on them. When they depend on them, they walk away. Then they leave you stuck with some kids and you wonder, why is this happening to me? Because you allowed it. Talk to them. Let them know what to be looking for. What a real man is. Real man won't take advantage of you. Real man won't try to, well, I ain't going to say it. You got the idea. When Dick and Fred and I were court, it took him 6 months just to kiss the back of my hand. Seriously. And he was putting, either my breath, do my breath smell or something? I said, no. You ain't be putting your lips up on me. You ain't gonna be putting your lips up on me. You're not gonna be touching on me. And I told him, I said, I'll eat up all your money. You want to go out to eat? We go eat, and you can take me out of the China box, and I'll go eat. I'll be real cute. But I said, but that's it. That's all. I ain't said nothing else. I ain't said nothing. I said, yeah, but I hear you thinking. Teach your children how to look for those little bitty things, because it's important. Because if not, you're gonna be a grandmama, a whole bunch of kids, and granddaddy, a whole bunch of kids, and ain't nobody married to nobody. Got this daddy name, got that daddy name, got the mama name because the mama mad at the daddy, didn't want the daddy to have all kinds of things. I was gonna say Jerry Springer, but he gone. What's the other one name? Steve something. Steve Wilco. Gonna be on Steve Wilco. Trying to find out who the daddy. No, that's Maury. Okay. I'm trying to figure out who these names are. But nevertheless. Happy Mother's Day and God bless everybody. Amen. Amen. God bless everybody. We're going to get ready to take our tithe and offering. Amen. God is so good. So good. I should always say I should do this before I leave home and get here to remember. We're going to get our tithe and our offering together, take communion, and then we're going to